It wasn't a comfortable seat at all. I'm just out here in the middle of the forest, mountains. Cause, well, I was gonna say I've got nothing better to do, but that's a lie. So, I'll just say, cause I feel like it. It's getting dark, so maybe starting the video right now is not the best idea ever, but who gives a shit at this point? I just want to do whatever. So what's the point? What's the point of this video? Well, I've just been feeling like I wanted to say something, express something, and record it while I walk through the woods. I know, sounds like a pretentious art piece or something, but this is just what I feel like doing, so I'm gonna do it. I hope no one comes here and think I'm a fucking psychopath for doing this in the middle of the woods when the sun is going down soon. So the channel I will post this video on is still but like the channel is super small. No one watched my videos except my friends, and so this video probably won't do that well, but I don't really care. I just wanted to talk about things that have been going on recently with me. So if anyone actually watched my videos, you know that my whole shtick is that I am obsessed with Nino from Quintessential Quintuplets. I have this unsatiable thirst for Tsundere characters. Well, not all, but most Tsundere characters. And so, why is that? And I wanted to talk about on this like weird obsession that I started to express on the internet out of nowhere. Because throughout my journey as an anime fan, I thought I've stopped caring about like experiencing good Tsundere romances. Like after I finished Toradora, I thought it was done. Like that was the peak, and like anything else that might resemble it doesn't matter anymore, because I got my fair share of Kugimiya Rie's voice. I thought I was done with something like Toradora. But then I started reading Quintessential Quintuplets, and then I fell in love with Nino, like totally infatuated with her, like completely in love with her. What the fuck? That's kind of scary. Whatever. And I started making videos just to show my love and appreciation for her existence as a fictional character. Like, she was like the best waifu I've ever had in my life, like the best. And then I got in this, I started this like thirst for more Tsundere stuff, for more Tsundere content in anime. And eventually I started watching Go Sick, and it basically gave me the same kind of experience I got from Toradora, but felt even more satisfying in some aspects, because Toradora was focused on the characters' relationships and dynamics with each other, and how they grow by interacting with one another throughout the story. But Gosick is more like this couple will most likely end up together, and it's all about them facing through adversaries of solving mysteries and bonding with one another through those mystery solving adventures. And they eventually, end up together, despite the world trying to, tear them apart and shit. So it's more of a... So Gosick gave me more time for me to feel like, the couples are spending time together and falling in love with each other, more so than just and finding, sorting their emotions and whatever, or just like in Toradora. And then I wanted even more. Like, I wasn't satisfied with Go Sick, because it was, it was longer than most seasonal shows nowadays, but it was just 20 plus episodes, 24 episodes. It wasn't enough. So I started watching Zero no Tsukaima, or the Familiar of Zero. And then I got addicted. I pretty much got addicted to the Kugimiya Rie kind of romance. Well, Gosick wasn't. Kugimiya Rie didn't voice the main girl, but besides the point. The Tsundere lolly romantic comedy romance. I was so obsessed with this whole aesthetic that I kept watching Zero no Tsukaima all 4 seasons. I finished all 4 seasons back to back. I binged all of it. Even though the story was pretty shit, to be honest. Like, the story was very generic. Some characters are fucking annoying. The will they, won't they element just got blown out of proportions. But I enjoy it nonetheless, despite how generic and predictable it all was. Like, but even then, after finishing all 4 seasons, I wasn't satisfied. Like, I kept going. So I started watching Shana, which is actually the pioneer of this whole genre of Kugimiya Rie voicing Tsundere lolly characters in light novel adaptations. I watched Shana, but it turns out it wasn't focused. The romance was an integral part of the show, but it wasn't only the main focus. It actually had a great story, like an interesting premise, like well written characters. Like, it was amazing, and I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. But it still wasn't what I was wanting. Like, it wasn't what I was looking for. So I got into a stalemate, because I try to search for shows that would give me the same satisfaction that, like, Toradora and Gosick gave me, but I couldn't, I even consider trying to like look for the source material, like the light novel for Gosek or the light novel for Sero no Tsukaima. But like I wasn't really in the mindset to read a novel, because it's difficult for me to get into a mind space where I could read a light novel. Like it's easier for me to watch anime or play visual novels. And eventually I decided to watch another show that was like, actually I forgot to mention, I also watched Hidden Area, which is another Kugimiya Rie lolly Tsundere show. Came out a bit later than the others ones, and it was only 12 episodes. It was decent, I guess, but it was like a light novel adaptation that doesn't have an ending, so who gives a shit, right? And then, so I was conflicted what to do. So finally, I settle on starting this show, which was one of the big four Kugimiya Rie show, like Tsundere lolly shows back in the day. It was Hayate the Combat Butler. I started watching it, and I kept going. I kept binge watching it. It was great. It was a gag comedy show most of the time, with a bit of romantic comedy, rom-com mix in, and like parody references. Season 1 was like that. I'm at season 2 right now, which feels different. But yeah, it kept me satisfied for a while. But the reason I'm mentioning all of this is because I feel like no matter how much I try, no matter how many shows I search for, I will not satisfy myself. I'll never get the same experience as Toradora or even Gosek. Like those two, it will never reach a point where there will be more shows I can get to enjoy this experience of a couple of like a main protagonist spending time with Tsundere lolly love interest, and then falling in love, facing trials and tribulations, and falling deeper in love. This kind of romance, that ideal romance anime, just doesn't exist beyond those two I've already mentioned. I've already watched. I could just rewatch Toradora even more times, or rewatch Gosei again, but I know that there will never be more shows that will satisfy my needs. I could just read the Seru Tsukaima light novel, but I know eventually I'll just run out of material and feel empty again. And that's the thing, like, I want to know why I feel this empty hole in my heart that I just keep trying to fill with all this media, all this anime series. Maybe it's just I'm just looking for someone to love the same way the characters do in those shows. Or maybe I'm just horny. I don't fucking know, man. Okay, it's getting super dark. I don't think anyone can see shit right anymore. I'm gonna move myself. If I'm gonna edit this video, I'll probably remove this part of me just walking to a brighter setting. It's not even. There are like 2 rocks on here. I don't think I should move it. I have a feeling I can't move. I don't think I should move it. Maybe it's just some sort of religious thing. Actually, I'm not gonna risk it by even sitting on the log. I don't want to risk anything. Like, even if nothing happens, like, I don't want anyone who believes in it, in those sort of things, to complain to me about sitting on a log. Okay. Now we're back to where we began. This small ass log that wasn't comfortable to sit on whatsoever. So, is there any reason for me to keep going? If I make this video public, maybe I can ask people to recommend me stuff in the comments, but I doubt any videos I make at the moment would get enough views that it would be a decent amount of comments. Unless I start trying to make my channel work seriously, unless I start taking my channel seriously. Oh, there's someone coming. I think. Maybe I'll just stop the footage here.